Welcome back to the World Cup. We are down to our final four: France, Belgium, Portugal and Germany. And speaking of Germany, Thomas Müller is the last living top goal scorer. He ties with the now departed Fyodor Smolov, with tonight's opponent Andre Silva in pursuit with 5. St. Petersburg is the venue for semi-final number 1. 20 years ago, France fought back against Croatia at the Stade de France. And 20 years ago, it was a Zidane penalty that took them past Portugal to the silver medal in Berlin. Belgium have never beaten France in a FIFA World Cup match. However, Roberto Martinez has arguably the greatest generation of Belgian players at his disposal. Since 1986, of which the Red Devils finished 4th in that tournament, just shy of course, France. Witzel on the volley nearly takes off his teammate Fellaini's head or hair. He tries to improvise nonetheless. Griezmann plays it short to Paul Pogba. Holding up play, trying to pick the right spot. Plays it short to Olivier Giroud. He really should be in that 6-yard box. But Mbappe is inconvenienced by the studs of Courtois. What a save. Just kicked onto the goalpost. Chadli will have his work cut out on the left flank, and he's already doing his job poorly against Mbappe, who cuts inside. Pavard squares it to Conte. Back to Mbappe. And Courtois was playing it on the safe side. An opening for De Bruyne. He takes it on the volley, but it's a rushed stab at single-handed glory for Belgium. Lukaku gets it from Witzel, shares it with De Bruyne. And an orthodox opening from Chadli, knocking it down to Fellaini. Scouted by Lloris. First Belgian corner, Chadli knocking it down, and De Bruyne tripping over himself as he had an opening, literally an open goal. Lloris may have bought himself valuable milliseconds here. Simple trip that goes unnoticed by the machinery of VAR. Giroud leaps out the way with courtesy. Griezmann, a genius opening to Mbappe. Matuidi at the far post, and he nails it to the wall of the goal net. Top corner, but the nail has come loose. He's dropped down on the floor, crash landing. France take the lead in the World Cup semi-final thanks to an angry header from Matuidi. It's beyond the hopeless reach of Thibaut Courtois. 30 minutes played here in Belgium's World Cup semi-final. Odyssey slapped aside. Pogba regains control, returns it to Mbappe. Giroud desperately trying to orient himself at the last minute. Griezmann. Matuidi, nice give and go. It's Antoine Griezmann. It's a direct hit at the Belgian keeper. That's here, Chadli. Let's see what he can do. Rescuing a last minute chance. Hazard takes the bump. And the referee is uninterested. And probably for good reason. I think Varane might have just gotten a toenail on that. He's looped in by Lukaku. Hazard gets a glancing header on it, but it's cushioned by the nook of Lloris's elbow. But from range, it's almost like catching an underwater bullet from Courtois. Giroud is surrounded by red shirts, and he is nonetheless spooked, and he's pulled it wide. Hazard has no choice but to go for it alone. Hazard, but he's backed up by Meunier. It's a nice roll of the Telstar. He's observed by Lloris. Low and hard. Good save. Comes back to Meunier in the box. What a save from Lloris. All his blue shirts in the way. And the French captain had to have no idea where that was going to come from. Mertens. Oh, they've been generous giving him that much space. Good job, Lloris was taking none of that nonsense. Hazard. Here's Carrasco, squares it to Mertens and marked in the box, and he shares it with Meunier. Maybe Mertens should have took it under control and drilled it at the French goal. But he sprays it to Carrasco. Hazard, there's 12 minutes left on that French clock. Mertens can't solve the problem of a man between the sticks. Giroud. It's a rare break for France. They've been smothered in this first half. Dembele finds the opening! And he smashed it against the frame of the goal. What a chance to secure the World Cup final. Belgium's World Cup moment ticking away from them. France just have to hold on. And they have an attack. They're not even trying to bury it in the corner. Dembele has redacted the need to park the proverbial bus. He's strapped a rocket on the French and he's sending them to the moon. They are almost certainly rolling into Moscow for their first World Cup final in 12 years. Oh, the red Belgian hearts are broken once again. And just like in 1986, at the very least, Belgium will finish fourth yet again. But thanks to the super sub Ousmane Dembele, 20 years after their inaugural World Cup final and 12 after the Zidane swan song, France are back in the World Cup final. It's France 2, Belgium 0. We are at Revolutionize for what appears to be a dress rehearsal for the World Cup final. Either Portugal or Germany will return here to face France on Sunday. The current European champions face the current world champions. Portugal have never beaten Germany at a World Cup finals. 4 years ago, they were thrashed by 4 goals. 12 years ago, the last time France reached the World Cup final, Germany beat Portugal to finish in 3rd place. It's played into Andre Silva from close range, but Neuer is quicker than a hiccup. Guedes doesn't even try and cut inside about 10. Doesn't matter, Carvalho squandered it. Silva with the short corner onto Ronaldo, and he helps it onto the goalpost. Guedes wastes no time in crossing it in first time. What do you think Neuer's thought process was when he ducked out the way of this? Cristiano Ronaldo marching down on the German goal. Vintage step-overs, plays it short to Coutinho. Watched all along by Manuel Neuer. Great save from the German captain. Ursula Werner. Clever pass to release Royce. It's a direct hit at Patricio. The first effective German chance of the game. Technically, that's a double save. Timo Werner. That's a good layoff to Mesut Özil. And again, he follows in the footsteps of Marco Reus. Well, it was the first goal this first half we've had in a long while in this World Cup. Now Werner and Özil are trying to make amends for it, trying to apologise for a stalemate of the first 45 minutes, but Mesut Özil is so unfortunate from that kind of range. Carvalho knocks it on to Andre Silva, and Carvalho just beat Khedira to it. Unloads. And if that hits the target, it might be a different story for Portugal. Ronaldo is given the gift to Carvalho. There's the classic chop inside, but takes the strike too early. Coutinho with a little shimmy. Özil, he just creates space so subtly. Here's Toni Kroos. Yes, we know what he's capable of from outside that box. Extra time. He's on the horizon. Kroos. Oh, he's belted it through. It's an opening for Werner. And Germany have done it. The opening goal of the game in the last minute of the same is Timo Werner, Germany's hero. Written off before the tournament started, and now his 4th goal of the World Cup might have been his most fatal yet. He has pierced the Portuguese hearts. What a dramatic reduction of extra time for Germany. The very last strike of the game, and it sees Ronaldo leave yet another World Cup empty-handed. Germany meet France back at the same venue in a few days' time. It's Portugal 0, Germany 1. It's the feature nobody wants to feature in at a FIFA World Cup, the dreaded third place playoff. At the very least, Belgium will finish fourth yet again like they did in 1986. Portugal will famously finish third at the 1966 tournament. Bronze medal up for grabs in St. Petersburg. Andre Silva shooting a goal, and that's a fifth goal to Portugal's second leading man. Somehow he's outscored Cristiano Ronaldo at this tournament. Could have gave Thomas Müller a run for his money, but now it's going to be down to the Mannschafts' own teammate Timo Werner to do so in the final. Whipped in by Meunier. And it is Boyata who capitalises on clumsy goalkeeping. Belgium are back in the race for the bronze medal. Portugal on the break, and here comes the captain, Cristiano Ronaldo. Finds a way inside, and it's uncharacteristic of him to splay it wide. Belgium are on the back foot once again. This time it's Ricardo Quaresma. He's done it. Portugal are back in front. A furious hit that leaves no doubt. Portugal finished third 12 years ago in Stuttgart at the German World Cup. And they've got redemption on their minds. Mertens, Batshuayi, Torgan Hazard. It's shut down by Lopez. Ronaldo drilling it up the line to Andre Silva. He's on a brace, he squares it. Fernandez lays it off to Quaresma. What a goal that would have been.
Number 16,
Meunier bungs it into the area. Lopez punches it towards the sky like a volleyball. De Bruyne can't keep it down. Andre Silva does the favours to Ronaldo to get his final goal of the tournament. If not for Meunier, Vassili shall seal third place at the 2018 edition of the FIFA World Cup. The Red Devils are reunited with the fourth spot, just as they were in 1986 in Mexico, but it's Belgium 1, Portugal 2. El Neni. It's a gentle layoff to El Said. It's flapped away by Muslera. Undesirable clearance from Nandez. Salah! There's a goal worth risking, worth re-injuring your shoulder to score. Who cares about the landing? Who needs rotator cuffs? Who hates Sergio Ramos? It doesn't matter anymore. Mohamed Salah has got his World Cup moment. He's spectacular. Overhead volley to unnerve Uruguay. The man who brought them to the World Cup, the man who's determined to keep them there. Single-handedly serving Egypt's best interests against Uruguay. Puts Iran ahead. Jahan Bashish. Still Jahan Bashish. Jahan Bashish! Jeez Louise! Jahan Bashish with a wonderful solo goal. If you smell what Morocco is crapping, Jahan Bashish sending Ziyech sliding out of the picture like a Looney Tunes cartoon. It's a Captain Tsubasa style Sarbon in St. Petersburg. What a goal! Jorgensen lays it off to Chris! Nuclear strike from Chris! Denmark have broken through, they've almost broken the frame of the goal. And if Pedro Galese cherishes his extremities, he keeps them to his body, just like a child keeps his arm in a speeding car. It's like a laser pointed at the groin in a James Bond movie. It seems to gather speed off the bony hips of Rodriguez. He lays an egg, almost in his own goal nest. Vidia, Messi, the stutter! And the stunner! From Lionel Messi. Who else? And it's taken 30 minutes for the living legend to announce himself. Another 4 years, another World Cup tournament. Another 6 billion eyes of the world on the feet of the Magic Midget. Paulinho goes out wide to Willian. A wonderful curling conclusion, reminiscent of Fabio Grosso's opener against Germany in 2006. A splendid finish, the rare occasion when you opt for placement with a power on the weak foot of Willian nonetheless. Costa Rica searching for 3 minutes to be added on as Australia come forward, Juris back to Rodic! A bullet to the artery of Peru that was located in the top corner. Another authoritative Australian World Cup goal. The telekinesis of Tommy Juric to lay it off to Tom Rodic, who can't possibly pick out a better position. The freshman Kylian Mbappe, who wrestles the ball of striker Larson, and here comes that explosion of the World Cup's youngest goal scorer, Kylian Mbappe. Returns to by Giroud, only somehow keeps it in. It's put in by Olivier Giroud. Painful counter-attack for the Danes to concede, and France have walked through Denmark just as they did 20 years ago in their World Cup winning campaign of 1998. A move kick-started by the keenness of Kylian Mbappe. Korea's World Cup isn't totally over. A disastrous loss for Germany might be enough. Oh! It is Lee Young with a header from heaven. The Hyundai Motors defender with a spectacular, finale-inducing header that lobs Manuel Neuer. One of the world's best goalkeepers, the captain of the world champions. We are in for a thrilling final 10 minutes here in Kazan. Here's Dos Santos. Beautiful pass to Hernandez, and we have another jaw-dropping goal with the trajectory of Apollo 13 slingshot strategy. Mexico have surely beaten what might be the Greek runners-up Sweden, but they're taking the pride, they're putting the world on notice for 2022 maybe. Olsen is looking lost in no man's land. Little Chicharito dazzling us all. That is a good pass to Ronaldo, who tried to square it into the danger zone. Martinho! Oh, he pulls up in on the grenade, and the goal is blown wide open via the top corner. What a hit! What a wild ride these two countries on together. 12 minutes left. And Fekir is picked up Griezmann with one of the great World Cup goals that surely secures their place in the semi-final. Their third one in 20 years. It's a green volley. And it's on his far from favoured right foot. Perfection. from the Petite Prince. Tunisia game has been a series of very narrow, slender 1-0 victories for the Belgians. De Bruyne. Oh, it's a bullet! A Belgian bazooka! Tintin taps that ass! And courtesy of that strike, Belgium have their fastest goal of the World Cup so far. 8 minutes is all they needed to take the outstanding Olsen down a step or two. Only Germany and Mexico have tasted the sweet nectar of Sweden's goal. And to jump it over Pickford's head. This time, there's no doubt about it crossing Manuel Neuer's goal line. You can almost hear Raheem Sterling saying, "That one was for you, Frank." Bounces off the frame of the goal. Ripples into the roof of its net. England take the dream start. "63 games down, one more to go. The big one, the final in Moscow. And for the first time since 2014, France will take on Germany. Only this time, it is in the World Cup final. Andre Silva just 1 goal shy of matching Müller and Smolov. Only the round out his teammate Timo Werner stands in the way of him and Smolov in the FIFA World Cup final, claiming that golden boot. So don't forget to leave your comments for the goal of the tournament below. And why stop there? Why not leave your feedback over your predictions for the FIFA World Cup final? France versus Germany. That will premiere on Sunday afternoon, and I'll see you soon in Moscow.